大师赛。
Joy Billiards uniting the world. Joy Cup, the 13th World Heyball Masters Grand Finals will begin now.
女士们、先生们，第13届中式八球国际大师赛全球总决赛第3阶段双败第2轮17至32场的比赛即将开始。
And now let us welcome the athletes and umpires.
掌声欢迎裁判员、运动员入场。 1号台
Table 1.
有来自中国的牛壮对着来自印度的西瓦姆阿罗拉。
Niu Zhuang from China versus Shivam Arora from India.
裁判员何秀红。 有请3号台，
Table 3.
有来自中国的刘鑫对着来自中国的西手心。
Liu Xin from China versus Xi Shouxin from China.
裁判员吕阳。 掌声有请4号台，
Table 4.
有来自韩国的朴永俊对着来自澳大利亚的贾斯汀萨吉奇。
Yongjun Park from Republic of Korea versus Justin Sajich from Australia.
裁判员王浩飞。 6号台，
Table 6.
有来自英国的阿什利·胡吉尔对着来自匈牙利的奥利弗·索尔诺基。
Ashley Cloud-Hughes from Great Britain versus Oliver Zonoki from Hungary.
裁判员张婉玲。 掌声有请7号台，
Table 7.
有来自中国的于海涛对着来自中国的陈双友。
Yu Haitao from China versus Chen Shuangyou from China.
裁判龚璇。 9号台，
Table 9.
有来自英国的乔丹·谢波德对着来自蒙古的阿耶茹绿特。
Jordan Shepherd from Great Britain versus Ayarut from Mongolia.
裁判员杨嘉林。 10号台，
Table 10.
周龙中国，张太义中国。
Zhou Long from China versus Zhang Taiyi from China.
裁判员张娜。 12号台，
Table 12.
有来自南非的杰斯塞伦对着来自中国的吴镇宇。
Jason Theron from South Africa versus Wu Zhenyu from China.
裁判员耿思林。 掌声有请13号台，
Table 13.
来自英国的加雷斯波茨对着来自缅甸的杨少杰。
Gareth Holt from Great Britain versus Feng Mingqiao from Myanmar.
裁判员冯雅琪。 15号台，
Table 15.
有来自英国的凯利·费雪对阵来自同样来自英国的克里斯·梅林。
Gally Fisher from Great Britain versus Chris Mullen from Great Britain.
裁判员杨俊奇。 17号台
Table 17.
有来自中国的张坤鹏对着来自英国的迈克尔·希尔，
Zhang Kunpeng from China versus Michael Hu from Great Britain.
裁判员周湘琪。20号台
Table 20.
杨帆中国，陈思明中国，
Yang Fan from China versus Chen Siming from China.
裁判员佘真真。22号台
Table 22.
有来自中国的赵汝亮对着来自中国的楚炳杰，
Zhao Ruliang from China versus Chu Bingjie from China.
裁判员李亚萌。23号台
Table 23.
有来自英国的加里威尔逊对着来自中国的郑肖怀，
Gary George Wilson from Great Britain versus Zheng Xiaohuai from China.
裁判员徐锦言。TV2号台
Table TV2.
有来自马来西亚的穆景浩对着来自中国的沈申义，
Mo King Ho from Malaysia versus Shen Shenyi from China.
裁判员
The umpire.
张梦蝶，助理裁判员
The assistant umpire.
殷婷。接下来有请川江龙啸台，
Table TV1.
准备好掌声欢呼声，有请来自中国的孔德金轰炸机。
Kong Dejing from China.
接下来有请英伦雄狮，来自英国的杰克惠兰。
Jack Wheelen from Great Britain.
接下来即将为您介绍本场比赛裁判员团队。本场比赛主裁判
The umpire.
宋明明，助理裁判员
The assistant umpire.
蒋宇格、刘媛媛。精彩赛事即将开始，让我们共同期待。
选手会来您好，请双方选手争夺开局选择权。听我口令，预备，3、2、1，开始。 捷克惠兰获得开局选择权。
Good day everyone and welcome to day 9 here at the 13th Joy World Heyball Masters Grand Finals, and what a match we have for you this morning. This is from stage 3 round 2. This is the losers bracket in the last 32. We have Jack Wheelen against Dejing from China. This is a race to 13, and the loser of this match unfortunately will be going home. Winners break as well. And joining me in commentary this morning, hi Lenyukta Chetty, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Raymond, and good morning to the viewers. I'm good. I'm excited for this match, Raymond. We've seen some good form from Jack Wheelen in this tournament.
Yeah, exactly, Lenyukta. Not only in this tournament, I would say, but for the last year or two, Jack has really been on it, and yeah, I do expect quite a fierce match. And his opponent is actually the player who lost to Kelly Fisher last night. That massive comeback from Kelly Fisher, well done to her. 12-4 down to come back and win 13-12. Very nice from Kelly
With
Fisher.
5,
yeah, in a
not
row.
just that,
in
Raymond.
a row, yeah.
5 consecutive break and runs in a row for Kelly Fisher to seal that deal, 13-12. I remember we were keeping an eye on that match yesterday, and it seemed over. It really seemed over for her, and I mean, you gotta take your hat off to Kelly Fisher. What a fighting spirit! What a player!
It seemed ominous. I know when we were talking about the scores, Kelly Fisher 12-4 down when we ended the match last night, and yeah, I felt for her. And then later on, about an hour and a half later, see Kelly Fisher wins 13-12. I mean, what a comeback! And yeah, brilliant for Kelly Fisher for her playing her best, and 5 break-in runs in a row. Excellent stuff. What a match that was indeed.
Not just all of that alone is impressive, but she did it against one of China's finest. That's something else.
Yeah. I mean, that is
so Raymond,
stuff.
It would be interesting. It would be interesting to see. I'd love to see a little bit of Dejing's history in the tournament. When you have a chance, you can pull that up for us.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and get that up for us. Yeah. Let us say good morning to our viewers all around the world as well. Mr. Seguya Vincent, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you on as well as Roger Stacks, Carly McGee. Thank you guys for joining us. I know in Africa,
all the regulars are here.
Yeah, in Africa it must be about 4 a.m. now, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. It's 4 a.m. in Africa.
Yeah, so thank you.
And just gone past 10 in Chengdu.
Yes, just 10 past 10 in Chengdu. So here we see Jack Wheelen on this first frame with a good break, potting a ball in the break, and looks like he's going towards this. Yeah, I was wondering how he was going to get on the 4 there, Lenyukta. 4 was always a problem.
Yeah, I thought that would be the more likely shot. Oh well.
I want to just pull up Dejing's stats. We do know that his first round in stage 3 last night, that was against Kelly Fisher indeed. But let us try and have a look at his stage 2 results. Be very interesting if we can get that.
Seguya Vincent asked if Justin Sage made a comeback. I believe he did, and I believe he's in the winners bracket. Hey, Raymond.
I believe Justin Sage won that match last night also. Yeah. No, that wasn't a comeback. That he was up that entire match. I think he went up 7-1 really quickly.
He dominated.
Yeah, the comeback was the previous against Warathan and Sukrathanas. That was the comeback of note.
That was indeed a comeback of note from Justin Sage. Wow.
Okay, so Dejing had to get through Pierre Hu Shao, 13-12, and after that he had to play the. Remember we spoke about the only junior in the tournament left, Zhao Zhedi. He had to play him 13-8, but Zhao Zhedi had 5 runouts out of 8. So yeah, that was not an easy match for Dejing, but that's his route through stage 2 into stage 3. And yeah, let me just pull up Justin Sage's score from yesterday. I do believe it was quite a big score, as he was, 13-5 for Justin Sage over Oliver, but he played well. I saw a post of his on Facebook where he said that he was, from the get-go, he was on it and he was firing. He was 7-1 up really quickly, so good for him to have some good fortune. Nice to see him playing well. I would like to see who is Mr. Terran playing this morning. Jason Teron is playing Wu Zhenyu from China. That is on table 12. Gareth Potts against Phone Mancure. That is a match and a half. Yeah, that's a match. That's a match. Phone Mancure
That would have
Gareth
been a great
Potts.
match.
Yeah, Gareth Potts
I'm
is
sure.
currently 1-0 up. Yeah. And then we
Is
have
that one of the QQ table streams, Raymond?
no, that is actually on table 13, Lenyukta. But have a look at this. You know, the thing is, we were talking about this yesterday, and I feel so bad. Michael Hill against Zhang Kangpeng.
Talk about a draw for Mike Hill.
Talk about a draw for Mick Hill. Come on, man. First round, he gets Chu Bingxi, defending champion, and second round, he gets arguably one of the best players in the world right now, Zhang Kangpeng. This is...
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what a fighter Mick is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look, he certainly put up a fight against Chu Bingji. A couple of bad rolls for him there. I think we would have maybe seen a different scoreline ultimately.
But I mean,
But,
what a draw.
yeah.
What a draw. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, and it's do or die for the both of them in that match. So they're playing for everything.
That is a losers bracket match, as is this one as well. We have this losers bracket match on the table, and as you said, those matches can be more interesting because one player, unfortunately, will be going home.
And I can guarantee Zhang Kangpeng is not gonna.
No, that's gonna be tough for me.
Yeah.
Very tough one. I do see Chen Simming against Yang Fan. I do believe that's also a winners bracket match. So
Did they not get each other? Did they not get each other in the tournament already?
Chen Simming did defeat Yang Fan in the stage 2, and Yang Fan had to come through the losers bracket, beating Zheng Yuboa. So yeah, so that's Chen Simming has won over him so far. And another match we have of the winners bracket, Zhao Ruliang against Chu Bingji.
Oh, what a match that must be too. That's a final. That's a final on its own.
And we just like to remind the viewers. We just like to remind the viewers that that a new draw is done before each round. So, as you did see yesterday, round 1, we had a draw just before the match, and same here today. About 10 or 15 minutes before the match, the players did choose randomly cards on the table, and yeah, a totally new draw is done before each round for the winner side and the loser side. As we do see, it is Kelly Fisher against Chris Melling. That is a tough one.
That's a matchup too.
That is a tough
considering the form. Historically, decent form from Chris Melling in these tournaments. But if Kelly's running on the same juice that she had yesterday, she's gonna also put up quite a fight there.
Definitely. Some interesting.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that rundown, Raymond.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure, and yeah, but at least with Kelly and Chris both having 2 lives in the tournament still, they can look forward to the next stage for both of them.
Absolutely, and it's a different kind of pressure, playing with 2 lives as opposed for playing for your only life in the tournament, playing to stay in the tournament. Very different things. And that losers bracket and winners bracket, same quality, same class of players on both sides,
That's just luck of the draw, really. You have Mick Hill now in the losers bracket and Kang Peng. What are the chances for Mick Hill that he would draw Bingji and then Kang Peng? That's such... If anyone has to complain about tough draws, have a look at that draw. Have a look at what that man has to deal with.
I would have actually loved it. It's a pity that I would have loved to have seen Mikhil's reaction when he drew, Chu Bingji and Kangpeng. Just the reaction on your face, because, he's amazing. We all know, master tactician, best pool player in the world for 10 years running, Mikhail. But hey, I mean, he probably knows his customers too. And I mean, to draw those two consecutively, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I really hope he's in
it's a
form
tough one
today.
for
I
Mick.
really hope he's in form.
Yeah, we do wish him all the best in that match. It's going to be a tough one for him. Jason Turon 1-0 down against Wu Zhenyu on table 12, and Potts is 1-0 up against Foreman Kyo. Chris Melling also 1-0 up against Kelly Fisher at the moment. There's some very interesting matches going on.
Do you have a horse for this match, Raymond?
This match here, I've been watching Jack Wheelen playing for quite a while, and I'm so impressed with the way he's playing of late. He's putting in a lot of work. You can see it in the statistics as well. If you look throughout his matches, the run-out rate is so high from Jack Wheelen, which means he's really putting them together well. So I do want to see him.
And I
bring his
believe,
best. Yeah.
I believe that he even one of those matches, I think, just before this round, he'd won by quite a margin as well against one of the, one of the top contenders. Um, I think when we have a chance, it will be great, 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 great to listen to you bring us a rundown of Jack Whelan's route to this point.
Yeah, I believe he did come in as a superseded player, so he did come into stage 2. Just would have to find some of his matches.
Good morning,
yes.
Irvin Gomez.
Oh, there's Irving Gomez. Thanks for being on the stream, Irving.
Yeah, if you're joining us on the Facebook stream, remember we're live on YouTube as well. Please remember to hit that share button. I mean, it's Jack Wheelen, it's Kang Dejing. We're in for a treat. Hit that share button, let our pool world know. Share the love.
Yeah, so Jack Wheelen, if you remember, the score line you were talking about is Jack Wheelen against Shivam Arora.
Yes.
Yeah, and because on the comments they said Jack Wheelen is busy cooking Shivam Arora. So, that was on the comment section, that's not us. That was 13-5, and that was winner's qualification out of stage 2. Yeah, so Jack Wheelen, David Lilly, 13-3. Jack Wheelen, Gerson Boza, 13-8. And Jack Wheelen, Shivam Arora, 13-5. So, and each match he had, so first match 6 runouts, second match 5 runouts, and third match 6 runouts. So very consistent. He's around the 50% mark of runouts in a match. So yeah, I do expect really big things from him.
And I've got some. I'm looking at some stats of his from the WPA events. I mean, Jack Wheelen has had a good year as far as Heyball is concerned. I mean, the latest was his performance coming in third in the African Heyball Open, third in the Heyball Asian Open, first. I mean, champion at the Asian Open Stage 1. So, I mean. Yeah, Jack Whelan, great year for him in Heyball, and I mean it's definitely showing, Raymond, definitely showing.
Yeah, it is definitely the work he's putting in, and he's just putting more and more work in over time. So it is showing now. It's finally showing, and I would like him to perform his best in this match, and we see a good fight from both players. But yeah, so that was a neat clearance from him in that second frame to bring it to 1-1. He does have the break again.
He's really looking zoned in, hey?
Yeah, focused, fully focused. But I feel playing on this main table also does that. I mean, did you have a look at the entrance?
It's a little bit more swag in your step.
Yeah, but
yes,
like that entrance is insane. I see they've changed it up since stage 2. It's quite a different entrance, and on-screen videos and things like that. It is absolutely insane.
I know. I love when that whole, the TV table poster comes up on that back screen with who's versing who. It's like that Mortal Kombat kind of vibe.
Exactly,
it's beautiful.
Exactly. He did make a ball.
I mean,
you're saying, sorry?
Yeah, Joy Billiards. Yeah. Joy Billiards really, pulling out all the stops to make these players feel amazing, feel important, even feel like celebrities. I think a lot of these players have traveled around the world for the last decade or two, playing so many different tournaments, but I've never seen a stage like this. I've never seen entrances like this. I've never seen such a big deal being made of players the way they do, the way Joe Billiards does it.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Big deal for the players, the spectators as well. Biggest prize money tournament in the world. So yeah, no, it's all about the players, all about the fans back home. And yeah, we just hope to see this tournament growing from strength to strength each year, seeing more of you here. That's what we want. We have had over 650 international players from 122 different countries. We'd love to see those numbers go up as well. So yeah, make your way to China next year and experience this for yourself.
Yeah, not just the tournament, China itself. Amazing, amazing place.
Can see why Jack Wheelen's run-out rate is so high. Lenyuk, good break. He's taken these really well. I mean, almost effortless. His positional play and the way he connects from ball to ball. I love that about Jack's game when he's in form.
And Jack is looking really good physically.
Yeah,
he's looking really good. And I guess there's something to be said for that too. It's showing in his performances. He looks like he's taking really good care of himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it all just comes together. You also, as a player, you've got to have this holistic approach if you want to be a champion, and that's your health, your fitness, besides the things that you do to fine-tune your game.
Yeah, no, definitely plays a huge part. The health and the fitness, especially with these long races, they can get long. I know the final is raced to 23, so yeah, you have to have your fitness in order as well, the stamina to play these matches, not only mentally but physically as well. And yeah, he's looking good. He's looking focused. Good break and run from him. So he goes 2-1 up. I do believe we have TV Table 2 being streamed at the moment by Doris Cheng, Shen Shenyi against Mo Keen Hu. I do believe that is being streamed by Doris Cheng on the Joy Heyball World Tour page as well, shared from her page. I think that's a dry break.
Oh, that's... You said Mo Keen Hu being streamed by Doris Cheng.
Yeah, Mo Keen Hu, the Malaysian player, and his run yesterday, he was involved in quite a match yesterday as well. That is the player that beat Jason Turon to push him into the
13-12.
bracket. Yeah, to push him into the losers bracket of stage 2. He was able to get out of that though.
Is Jason playing in this round?
Yeah, Jason's on at the moment. He's playing against one of the Chinese players. All players in the last 32 are currently playing. So I'm gonna have a look at Mo Keen Hu's route yesterday.
So just correct me if I'm wrong, Raymond. The players playing in the winners bracket proceed to the last 16, and then those who are, say, not successful in the winners bracket in this round's match, they will obviously move over to the losers bracket.
Yeah, they will join.
And they'll
join the winners of the losers currently playing. Because the losers bracket players currently playing, have one life left, so half of them will be going home, and the half of the players that lose in this round, the winners round, will join them, and they will be drawn together, and the winners carry on in the tournament, and they'll be drawn together. So after this round, effectively, there'll only be 8 actual players with 2 lives left. Yeah. So Mo Keen Hu lost to Zhao Ruliang yesterday, 13-11. How's that for a scoreline against Zhao Ruliang?
Wow.
Yeah.
If memory serves me correct, Zhao was also down in that match. I believe we
Oh
were keeping
yes,
an eye
yeah, he was
on
way
those
down.
stats.
He was way down because I remember us saying that Xiao Ruliang is down and Kang Peng is down as well.
Yeah, not those score lines we were expecting yesterday, but a lot of them managed to pull through in the end. But nobody did it like Kelly Fisher. I mean,
No,
we gotta
no,
give her
that's
her props
yeah.
again.
Give that one to her.
5 consecutive breaks and runs from Kelly Fisher, 12-4 down at first break, and she managed to win 13-12. And now she's up against Chris Milling, so also not an easy draw for Kelly Fisher.
Also, we have to talk about Gareth Potts and Jordan Shepherd last night. Gareth Potts was actually, he was 7-3 down, and he came back to win that 13-7. So 10 frames on the bounce for Gareth Potts. That is impressive. I remember us looking at that match and just watching the scoreline changing every 5 minutes.
And I saw a post. I saw a post from Jordan Shepherd giving, respect to Garrett Potts for that victory. And I mean, that's really good sportsmanship. That's really good sportsmanship from him.
And currently, Jason Turon is playing Wu Zhenyu from China. He is currently 2-0 down. That is on table 12. That is one of the QQ tables. So I am sure that you can find that stream. And do see Roger Stack says it's live on Q Pixel at the moment. So if you guys would like to watch the Jason Turon match.
Jason Thuran, the last African standing in this tournament. And
Yeah.
Facebook was going crazy with Jason's result yesterday. All the African supporters so happy for him, so proud of him. So, yeah, I think no matter what happens from here on, Jason has really cemented himself, as Africa's finest as far as Heyball is concerned at the moment.
Yeah, he's on another level in Yuktha this year, and I can actually tell you why. I believe he made the last 32 previously in this tournament. Was that pre-COVID?
Pre-COVID, yeah, I believe that was pre-COVID.
So pre-COVID, we had a lot more tournaments going on. There was a lot more Heyball happening in the world, and then after COVID, it calmed down quite a bit. But last year, we had the injection of the WPA events, and Jason played almost all of them. So that competition, I believe, has bred that hunger back into him, has given him more opportunity to showcase his skill, and just in general, playing against better players or players of the same caliber all the time will get your game better. So I believe that's the
Absolutely.
reason. Yeah, that's the reason we can see Jason Turon's game as good as it is currently, because he played in the Slovenian tournament, he played in the Australian, he played in the Asian, the African. So almost all the From China with Love tournaments he did play in, and he did quite well in them as well. Top 16 in most, I think top 8 as well, top 4 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, really doing well, and I believe it's those tournaments that actually have played a huge role in making him an even better player than he already is.
Absolutely, Raymond. And in addition to the WPA events, Jason, being a Joy player, has also attended all the station events in the last year leading up to the Grandmasters finals.
Yeah, all the stations as well. So have a look at the amount he was playing last year, and I do remember him saying he feels like he's traveling just too much, but that has done him good, and yeah, we can see him reaping the rewards. Hi Ben, the live update links are on our Facebook page. Have a look at the Joy World Heyball Tour page. Scroll down just to the second post and you see Day 8 Stage 3. You can have a look at the flowcharts and the live scores there. So yeah, so have a look at that, and you can even search for the players and see their exact live scores and what tables they are on.
You think Jack's going to pull the trigger here, Raymond?
Jack Wheelen on solids. I'm having a look at solids here. Yeah, I think he's going to go for this. I think he has to capitalize on that mistake. But also there is opportunity for him to play containing if he'd like. But I don't think so. He's quite an attacking player. There's Jack. He'll want to go for this.
10秒，延时。
I mean, score tied 2-2. Jack Wheelen was on the scoreboard first, I believe. So, I mean, he's in good form. He's looking really good. He's looking focused, zoned in, and I'm sure he's feeling himself, and he's going to run with that. I mean, he's got the connectors here, and I can really see that good opportunity for him to clear his remaining object balls.
Yeah, I think he might have, depending on the angle on the 7, he might have one tough shot left. Yeah, it's the 4 ball. He's gonna have to play this 4 ball now. That's one good shot for Jack. And he'll once again go up into the lead of this match.
Ooh. Well, at least he secured that pocket. There isn't a gap there for the 10. So some work here for Kang Dejing.
Lucas Luciano is asking why isn't there anyone in the audience. So Lucas, it is 10 a.m. here in Chengdu, China, and I do believe the only people awake at the moment is the commentators and the players, and the people that have to be, as this has been a really long tournament thus far. Also the spectators, they can watch, they have like all the capabilities of watching this from their phones, as this is being streamed all over China. I think it even is on, this event is on national TV, Lenyukta in China, I do believe on their channels. So yeah, they can sit and watch this from their house on CCTV, one of their channels, and yeah, they don't feel the need to be in the arena at the moment. But as you do see the tournament progress, and we get down to the final few matches, you will see the stadium full, and that is for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, Raymond. Millions of people are watching on those QQ links.
Yeah, on the QQ links, and also on it's live on their on Chinese television as well. So
yeah, so the Facebook and the YouTube streams
it's just
are
for the international,
for the benefit for the international market, international viewers who don't always have access to those things. So yeah, believe us when we tell you millions of people are watching these matches. And as we know, just like with soccer, sometimes the view is better from your couch.
Yeah,
I mean, look at the angles we get. It's such good coverage of these tables.
That's a nice shot from Jack. Needs to capitalize on these mistakes from Kong Dejing. See live scores from QPixel. Jason currently 4-0 down. Let's have a look at
thank you for those updates, Francis. It's Francis of QPixels Photography, one of our, I think our most active streamer from Africa, always bringing everybody the latest updates where African pool players are concerned. So thank you for that, Francis Makwekwe, QPixels Photography.
See, we have Gareth Potts and Phoneman Cure. Score is currently 2-2 with 2 rack and runs from Phoneman over Gareth's try breaks. Chris Melling currently 2-1 up against Kelly. Kang Peng is currently 4-1 up against Mick Hill. Some quick matches going on. Chu Bingji 4-1 up against Zhao Ruliang.
Well, we've got a question here about the payout. So I'm just going to give you guys a rundown in US dollars. The last 32, just under 6,000 US dollars. Last 24, just under 7,000 US dollars. Last 16, just over 10,000 US dollars. And it goes up and up and up. With the winner walking away with just under 700,000 US dollars. So total prize payout in this tournament, just under 162,000 US dollars. Biggest payout in Q Sport. and everybody up to 288th place is in the money in this tournament, with a bonus prize for the king of clearances being 1,370 US dollars.
Yeah, total prize fund, Lenukta, of about just over $1.6 million here. Amazing. Really amazing. So try break from Jack Wheelen. Brings his opponent to the table. Jack Wheelen 3-2 up in this race to 13. And then from tomorrow it becomes race to 15, Lenukta, from the 14th. Race to 15, 17, 19, and then race to 23 for the finals.
And the finals is coming to us live, I believe, at 2 p.m. Raymond,
2 p.m.
on
2
Saturday.
p.m. local time here in Chengdu City. Yes, 2 p.m.
And I think, guys, with the finals starting at 2 p.m., is that match time or is that event time, Raymond, as far as you know? Because I know there's usually like a big shindig, if I could call it that, before they start with the final.
No, I believe
It's the
that's match time.
dignitaries and
Yeah, I believe that's match time.
All
Yeah, I
right.
believe we might start at 12, have 2 hours of the pre-match events, and yeah, that's match time starting at 2, because yeah, we need to end that match in that day, and they have 2 halves actually, a first half and a second half, and it is a race to 23.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 p.m. on Saturday. That's where it's at. 2 p.m. Chengdu time.
See, we have Mr. Stephen Feeney on the stream. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Stephen Feeney. Thank you for joining us. This is day 9 here at the 13th Joy World Heyball Grandmasters Finals. And Stephen Feeney, the Sightright founder, Mr. Sightright himself on the stream.
Oh, Mr. Sightright. Good morning, Stephen. Lovely to have you here as we see Kang Dejing take his third point, equalizing with Jack Wheelen.
Yeah, I believe
This
that was
race 13.
A rack and run, Lenukta, of Jack Wheelen's dry break.
And remember, this is a winner's break format. I'd love to see a close-up of Kong take this break. Mr. Jack asks about East African time. There is a dual phone. There should be, all smartphones have a dual clock. If you go into that setting on your phone, you'll be able to add Chengdu as a time, and it will give you your time relative to the Chengdu time. I know Central African time is 6 hours behind. So those of us on Central African time, that final on Saturday will be at 8 a.m. in the morning.
I see they
Also
haven't
that
made it too
pendulum.
early.
Yeah.
Lenukta, I see they haven't made it too early for our fans on the African continent.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
I have to say a big thank you to you as well, Lenukta, for waking up and helping us with the stream and being on here. It is a pleasure to have you on here. We do appreciate it, and I appreciate it as well.
No, thank you, Raymond. Thank you for having me. I mean, it's an
Yeah,
absolute pleasure and an
thank
honor
you.
to share this platform with you. I mean, it's a front row seat. You and I both have great view of what's happening on the TV table, and both of us as well. We get to commentate on the matches of people we've admired in our Q Sport life for years, for decades. So, really an honor above everything else.
Yeah, I can remember quite a while ago when I was still playing blackball as well. The name Jack Wheelen you heard all the time, you know. You definitely hear when people talk about best 8-ball pool players in the world, the name Jack Wheelen is definitely in that list, a top 5 list for sure. So yeah, to be watching him play and actually see the way his game is evolving and growing, it yeah, definitely is special to be up close and watching these matches. You say, as you say, a front row
No,
seat.
absolutely. Absolutely, Raymond. I mean, yesterday we commentated on Mick Hill's match, on Foneman's match. It's beautiful, and I'm just, thank goodness for technology. Thank goodness that we have these social media platforms. I mean, they do come with their niggles, but if it wasn't for these platforms, if it wasn't for these technologies, we wouldn't be able to enjoy these players. We actually wouldn't know some of the world's best players. We wouldn't be able to see what they can do in the table. And John Copeland just asks,
Yeah,
how do players qualify for this? Well, John, we've mentioned it before on the previous streams as well. Anybody, and I mean anybody, can come to the Grandmasters finals. This event has a precursor event, which is the International Open. It's open to players from everywhere outside China, and basically, all you need to do is look out for those advertisements when they pop up. This event usually happens in March or April. So it'll be March or April next year, 2026. Usually, 3 months before that time, Joy starts putting out media, inviting people to register for this tournament. So you can either contact your local Q Sport authority or check who is the Joy promoter in your country, or you can register directly with the Joy Billiards team. So, one of the best advantages about playing in this tournament is that your accommodation is covered and your food is covered to a large extent. The players this year only needed to sort out their air ticket. China's cost of living is also really low. So, in terms of being able to cater to yourself, should you need to, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So yeah, that opportunity is there. Like Raymond mentioned earlier, almost 700 players attended the international qualifier this year. And Raymond, you want to give us a breakdown of the different stages and how many players were eliminated as we went along?
yeah, would and that's a great explanation of how the tournament works, Linyukta. I have to say, we really hope to see these players here next year. As you did say, it is a free entry, and your hotel is taken care of. So all to play for, all to learn, and yeah, what an experience. Just having a look at Jack, having to watch that stripe ball under his waistcoat. Oh, but he makes sure of that. Nice one from Jack Whelan to actually
Beautiful.
go into the lead. Yeah, so regarding the stages of this tournament, we do have the qualifying stage, international qualifiers. As you did say, over 650 players from all over the world coming through here, and they play in a race to 7, double elimination. It is timed, unfortunately, so 100 minutes for a race to 7. If it is tied, it does go to a penalty shootout, but yeah, we reduced that number down to 160 in about 5 or 6 days, and that 160 is added to the 32 seeded players, I believe, likes of Wade Morley, Jason Turon as well come in to that main draw stage 1. 192 goes down to 48 international players, and we see 16 superseded players added to that 48 in stage 2. The likes of Jack Whelan, Gareth Potts, Chris Melling, Kelly Fisher, Gary Wilson, David Lilly, Matthew Selt. Those are a few. Phoneman Cure. Those are a few of the superseded players, 16 of them. and then those 64 players play down to 16, and then those 16 join the top 16 Chinese players, and we have another redraw, and that is the stage we are at now, stage 3, and a redraw before each round. So you don't know who you are playing until about 10 or 15 minutes before the actual round. So yeah, a redraw on the winner's side and a redraw on the loser's side as well.
Yeah, it's something really unique, I think, to Heyball that they're doing it that way, and it's so and because they're doing it that way, it's so difficult to predict an ultimate winner of this event because, I mean, look at the matchups we have right now in the losers bracket. There's some heavy matches there, Raymond.
Yeah, I mean the
One
biggest
of the
one of that.
favorites can fall.
Yeah, one of the biggest match in that losers bracket, unfortunately, is the Mick Hill match. Mick Hill against, I believe it's Zhang Kangpeng. I mean, what a tough draw for Mick, going through Chu Bingji and then now Kangpeng. He's 5-1 down currently. I'm sure he's fighting. He's fighting Kangpeng, and then we do hope he plays his best. And yeah, we hope for a good match there as well. Chu Bingji is cooking. He is cooking Zhao Ruliang. Score currently 7-1 to Chu Bingji at the moment. And that
Oh,
is
wow.
7-1, 6 break and runs and 1 rack and run. So 100%
Oh my
run out
gosh.
rate for Chu Bingji. Just
And I
insane.
think that might be the highest consecutives that
Yeah, no,
highest
that's,
consecutive figure we've seen so
yeah,
far.
that
I
has to
mean,
be consecutive. Yeah.
Kelly Fisher had 5 yesterday. Chu Bingji with 6 today. I just predict the standard is just gonna fly now as we approach the ultimate business end of this tournament. I mean, Flip Francis says he's probably keeping an eye on that match. He says Chu has mastered the breaks. Like I said yesterday on yesterday's stream, even with the previous break rule set, I mean, it was a dream. It was a dream watching him break. I mean, it's like to break like Chu Bingji on the Heyball table, and he's doing it again. He's doing it again here with the new break rule set, which is arguably a little bit more difficult, than the previous set, considering no magic rack is being used.
I really can't believe that scoreline, Lenyukta. 7-1 with 7 runouts in total. That is, I mean, we've seen 70%, maybe high 70s, 80%, but not 100% run out rate. We've never seen that. That means there hasn't been a ball missed in that match because Zhao Ruliang is on 1 and he has 1 run out. Chu Bingji on 7 with 7 run outs. So far, a perfectly
Well,
played match.
yeah, from a description of that stats, Zhao hasn't seen that table
No, he
in
hasn't.
7 frames.
No, he hasn't seen the table. I think he was 1 upward. The score was definitely 1 all. And after that, I see now the score being 7-1 to Chu Bingji. Unbelievable. Chris Melling currently 3-2 up on Kelly. Have a look at some
Well,
of
that's a
Jack.
tight scoreline.
Yeah,
That's
is
a tight
one.
scoreline. Bonaventure
Mokin
Shava
Hu.
asks,
Shen Yi is 6-0 up against Mokin Hu. And looking for Jason Theron's match. Jason Theron currently 6-0 down against Wu Zhenyu. And that's 3 break and runs for Wu.
and that's a winners bracket match over there for Jason Theron.
Yeah, that is.
So, well, Bonaventure Shava asks when and what time is the next live match? That will be
5
5 p.m.
Yeah, local
Chengdu time.
Yeah, local time here in Chengdu. And with that run out, I do believe scores 4-all. That is 8 frames. There will be a player timeout of about 5 to 10 minutes. And yeah, I'll be back in about 5. Thank you guys.
We'll be back. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy those ads.
暂停结束，比赛继续。第9局，孔德金开球。
And we are back after that player break. Definitely not 10 minutes. It's like they take about 5 minutes or so. Very eager to play. Score is 4-all in this race to 13. On the TV table we have Jack Wheelen against Kong Dejing. This is the losers bracket of the last 32 stage 3 round. And yeah, been quite an exciting match so far.
Absolutely. I mean, both these players holding their own against each other. Opportunities well taken. Difficult to say. I mean, it looks like, they're pretty much equally matched from what we're seeing in this match so far.
Yeah, both taking the chances. I have seen Jack Wheelen capitalize more on Kong's mistakes. I know Kong has made a few clearances himself, but yeah, a few mistakes in those early frames opened the door for Jack Wheelen to exploit those mistakes and yeah, score 4 also. Very tight at the moment. Some of our other matches not that tight, as we did see the scores. We have Shen Shenyi now 7-1 over Mo Kinu. Niu Zhang 6-1 over Shivam Aurora. Oliver Zolnocki playing Ashley Hugel 4-0 up there. Is Oliver. Jason Taron has pulled one back, score now 6-1 to Wu Zhenyu. And Phone Mint is leading Gareth Potts 4 frames to 3. And Phone Mint has 4 runouts in that match. So yeah, good one there.
4-3. 4-3,
yeah.
you say.
And Kelly Fisher, being 3-2 down, is now 4-3 up against Chris Melling. So yeah, Kelly Fisher with 3 runouts in total. I see Mick Hill has pulled another one back now against Kang Peng, score 6-2 to Zhang Kang Peng. Mick Hill with 2 runouts as well. So yeah, this is it's looking tight, except Chu Bingji 7-1 up against Zhao Ruliang. That's a gap you usually don't see players at this level.
That's amazing. And I think that's also kind of testament to the winner's break rule that's been introduced in this tournament, right? Different stats if it wasn't winner's break. And there's a lot of feelings about that winner's break, especially from the comment section. But it is what it is, and everybody's playing by the same set of rules. So you win the frame, you get to break next. And Chu Bingji, the best, I'm going to just say it, in my opinion, the best breaker at this tournament. He's really capitalizing on that.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that also on the stream. Many of our fans on the stream talking about Chu Bingji's break, and you've also said how good his break is, and yeah, from the previous masters as well. So he has definitely mastered that break, and he's seeing the rewards for it as well.
I got to feel for Zhao Rulang though. I really feel for Zhao, a player of his caliber being benched like that. Oof, that's a little bit sore.
Good thing is that is the winner's bracket. Yeah, that is the winner's bracket. So both players will still be in the tournament after that match as well.
Oh, such a great clearance there by Jack Wheelen, Raymond. He's in top form. As we see him go 5-4 up on Kong Dejing. Look at those stats, Raymond.
Yeah, those are impressive. So Kong has 4 rack and runs off Jack's breaks, and Jack has 3 runouts in total. So yeah, this so you can see that Jack has been breaking dry, and Kong has been taking advantage of that. That's what those stats tell me.
Yeah, the 4 reckon runs are basically Kong's points off Jack Wheelan's dry
Dry
break.
break, yeah.
So,
He's changed
yeah.
his break
I
though.
wonder
He's breaking from the side, yeah.
yeah, definitely changed his break. Does he find a pocket?
I thought
Oh
I heard a ball
no,
go
it
in.
looks like an
No, I heard a ball go in. Yeah, he's made one. Top corner.
oh yeah, we get an
Top,
action replay.
top right. 7 ball. Straight in.
Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Good
You know,
decision there from him
yeah,
to change
change the
things up
break.
on the break.
That must feel good, you know, if you're not breaking in too well and then you change your break and on the first change you pot a ball. You feel like, yeah, you know what, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, read that right.
Yeah.
That right.
Read that right, exactly.
And we saw that with Justin Sage as well in his match with Foreman Kiao. He also
Oh yeah, he was
changed
trying
his
everything.
break halfway through the match.
Yeah, he was trying everything to get back into that match. Unfortunately, he did not play his best there, but redeemed himself after that. Definitely redeemed himself after that with
In
that
the
win
matches
over.
to follow.
Yeah, the win over
Yeah.
Warathanan to come back. I mean, that was a must-win for him. And yeah, Justin Sage actually taking Warathanan out of this tournament in that match, and she was 12-6 up on him. So yeah,
Oh,
brilliant.
what a
and
tournament she had.
yeah, no,
What
she
a
had
tournament
she had a good one
Varathanan
as well.
Sukritanas had. Also not an easy draw for her from the time she was in the tournament. And she played phenomenally against, players who are arguably on a higher level than her in terms of experience, in terms of age, in terms of their Q Sport history and the accolades that they've accumulated. Varathanan Sukritanas, the young female player from Thailand who's making waves in the Heyball world. So I think, we're just bound to see beautiful things from her in the future. So the last 2 women standing in the tournament, Chen Siming in the Heyball world. So I think, we're just bound to see beautiful things from her in the future. So the last 2 women standing